Hi, I'm Nick. Welcome back to the TackleShare YouTube channel. Today we're going to learn how to use forceps and pliers. There are lots of different kinds of forceps and pliers that you can get. I have here a pair of Rapala forceps and a pair of Coast pliers. Forceps and pliers are both used to remove hooks from fish. However, they're used for different jobs. Forceps are good for finesse work that doesn't need as much force, such as a fish with a small mouth. Forceps can get down deep in the mouth of a fish without having to add stress to their mouth, as they are narrow. Pliers are good for hooks that get embedded into the rigid structure of the mouth, which typically require a greater grip strength to remove at times. While both could potentially do the same job as the other, you should use the proper tool depending on the fish you catch and where it's hooked. While I was out fishing, I gut hooked a fish. You're gonna have to use your imagination here, but this is my gut hooked fish. If you look inside, you can see there's a hook in his belly. Now, good thing I brought some forceps. So, to open your pair of forceps, on this pair, sorry, mosquito in my eye. On this pair, this little nub here goes down, and there's a set of interlocking clips. That's what you're pushing against. So if you can't open your forceps, just wiggle them back and forth, or up and down, depending on how you're looking at it, and get them open. Now that they're open, you put them on like a pair of scissors. You're gonna take your gut hooked fish. You're gonna go in through his mouth, following down until you've grabbed onto that hook. You just wanna get a good grab there so I can show you guys. Once you're grabbed on, squeeze down on the forceps. Now, I could totally just let go of the forceps and they're not coming open. Okay, so now that you've pinched down on the forceps, they're locked, they're not coming open at all. So you know you have a good grip on that. So next, what you're gonna do is, while holding your fish, you're going to push in and wiggle around until that hook wants to come out. And once it does, then you pull it out and there's your hook. Give the fish a safe game release and keep on fishing. So I've gut hooked another fish, but this time I don't have forceps, I have pliers. So on the pliers, as you can see, there's this little guy right here, at least on this model. So you're going to squeeze the pliers together and then flip that little latch out of the way. Then they open. Now these will not stay closed when you just squeeze them. You have to move the lock back in for them to stay closed. So you have to hold on to the pliers the whole time. Now, with my poor fish that's been gut hooked so many times, I'm going to reach in with the pliers and grab my hook. Just trying to get perfect grab so that I can show you what that looks like. If you can see in there. Now, same thing that we did, but you're not gonna let go of the pliers. You're just gonna push in and out. Push in. Sometimes twisting it a little bit helps, because sometimes the hooks are slightly twisted themselves. Minimizing stress for the fish is key. If you can't get in there with your forceps, or the hook is too deep, or it's just really not gonna come out, you just go in there with your set of clippers and as deep as you can, and clip it off. And then once your fish is clipped off, just give it a safe game release. As unfortunate as it is for the fish to have a hook in it still, it would rather leave with a new piece of jewelry than have you digging around in there for 10-20 minutes. You're gonna wanna practice this skill with your forceps or your pliers, and you wanna get comfortable with whatever brand you buy. So if you wanna set it up like how I did, just grab a little toilet paper roll or paper towel tube, cut it so that it's not too deep for the forceps or pliers. Take your line and hook, stick it down through. Once you're here, on the bottom, go through from the inside, poke out, and then take your line on the other end and pull through and help it rotate so that the hook is facing the direction it would be if this was the mouth. Now, this is a very uncomfortable experience for a fish, so you're gonna wanna get good at this so that you can easily just go in, grab that hook, and let the fish go as quick as possible to minimize stress on the fish. It's always a good idea to wear sunglasses when fishing, not only for protection from the sun, but also for eye protection when you are unhooking a hook from a fish with your pliers or forceps. Another safety tip for when you're unhooking a fish with a toothy mouth is to always keep your fingers in behind the safety guards, just so that you don't get your fingers bit by the fish. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you learned something today. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to stay in the loop about more fishing content.